Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Shara. If you've been here before and you are a subscriber, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how to stop being a people pleaser. Beware. This is your warning. If you are a people pleaser and you are deciding that you no longer want to be a people pleaser anymore, you will not be the most liked. I have came to the realization that at some point in my life, I kind of became a people pleaser. Shocked, I know. And as I reevaluate, I'm like, yeah, you kind of was trying to please people. Now it's time to take it back. Now I'm going to take y'all back to the old days, like middle school, high school. And I know it's going to be extremely, extremely shocking for you to believe this. But a lot of people used to think that I was mean. And when you ask them why, like after you get to know them, they're like, oh, you're not that bad. They're like, oh, you just looked mean, or, you know, something to that effect. And I went on a voyage of trying to change to become this quote unquote nice person. And since I have been on both sides of the spectrum, because before I was kind of very blunt. So if I didn't want to do something, a simple no was a full sentence for me. And also, I have been on the other end of the spectrum where I'm a little bit more conservative with my no's. And sometimes I say yes when I really mean no. So trust me, I have been on both sides of the spectrum. And what I have noticed from being on both sides is that nice people get ran over in this world. People tend to not appreciate nice people. When they think that you are nice, then for some reason they decide that these are the type of people that they want to take advantage of, run over. And I just sit back and I notice it because I'm like, you know, if I was the old version of myself, nobody would have said that in that way. But when people think you are nice, they tend to want to take advantage of that. And if you are tired of people taking advantage of you and you want to stop being a people pleaser, then I'm here to give you all the tips and tricks to change that. So if you've been following my journey to 30, you know that I have been going to therapy. And one thing that my therapist pointed out is that I do not like rejection. And I feel like for so long, I was rejected for no apparent reason. And I wanted to be liked. And I think in an effort to be nice, I created this nice girl persona so that way I would no longer be rejected. So why do people love people pleasers? Everybody in this world wants what they want. And if you are a people pleaser, you tend to do what other people want you to do. So you want to please them. If they want to go somewhere, you're going to go even if you don't want to. If they want you to do something for them, you're going to do it even if you don't want to because you want to please them. And also people pleasers tend to be very agreeable. So if somebody is talking about something in an effort not to make them upset, you might agree with them or just go along with whatever plans that they want despite what you want to do. So of course everybody loves to get their own way. So if you're a people pleaser, they love you because you're doing whatever it is that they want with no objection. Also with people pleasers, they tend to try to make people feel very comfortable. So if somebody is telling a joke and it's not funny, you're going to laugh, you're going to smile, and these people will not know that what they're saying is offending you or it's not particularly funny. You want to please them so bad, and you want them to feel so comfortable that you're willing to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. And as a people pleaser, you tend to say yes more than you say no. And people get accustomed to you always saying yes. They know that if they call you, you're going to say yes. They know if they ask you to do something, you're going to say yes. So whenever they need something and they need somebody that is going to say yes, then you are the person that they are going to call. And they might classify this as dependable, but if you're saying yes when you really mean no, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're a people pleaser. When it comes to people pleasing, I think that is just a form of putting yourself second and putting others' needs in front of your own. And a lot of people would like to call this selflessness. But really, it's not selflessness. It is people pleasing. Because at the end of the day, you have one life to live. That life is yours, and you cannot always compromise your wants and needs for somebody else's. Now, this is why you're here. You want to know how to stop being a people pleaser. And the first and foremost step to stop being a people pleaser is to say no. Say no. Who cares? Who cares if people are upset because you said no? Let me tell you one thing that I have learned about people. You can say yes 100 times, and the moment that you say no, watch how they react. That you will be selfish, you will be mean, you will be this, and you will be that. So what I am saying is you have to live life on your own terms, because people are wishy-washy. Their emotions are not stable. When you are not doing what somebody wants you to do, their emotions can take over depending on that person's emotional maturity. In that moment when you're no longer living life on their terms, it will be a problem. So what I am saying is that people are not stable. The only person that is stable in your life is yourself. So you have to look out for numero uno, and you have to make sure that the things that you're doing are in alignment with what it is that makes you feel good, in alignment with what it is that you like to do. And I think it's also very important that you take the time out to sit down and come up with your definition of what a good person is. It's better to be a good person than to be a nice person. So define what a good person is to you, so that way you're content with what it is that you're saying. So if you don't want to do something and you say, no, I don't want to do that, and somebody tries to make you feel bad for not doing it, they try to make it seem like you're selfish because you don't want to do whatever it is that they want to do, you have to be able to come back to your definition. Because just because you don't want to do what they want you to do does not make you any of these things. So you have to just be content with yourself. You have to know who you are. And regardless of what anybody else says, it will not affect you because you know yourself. And you know that you are a good person living according to your standards that you have set for yourself, and not what society, your friends, or your parents have set for you. Another way to stop being a people pleaser is to stop letting people ask you for things that you cannot ask them for. So if you cannot ask them for it, then they should not be asking you, and the answer should be no. People tend to expect the things that they're not even willing to give, and it causes you to overextend yourself. It causes you to overly try to please them. No. If you can't ask them for it, they can't ask you for it either. You have to live life on your terms. When you are saying yes, when you're really mean no, you are just saying no to yourself and just yes to everyone else. And you cannot live life like that. I know you want everybody to look at you as if you're such a nice person and you want people to say nice things about you. But like I mentioned before, people's emotions are very wavy. So you have to be the only constant in your life, and you have to do what feels good for you, regardless of how anybody else feels about it, because their emotions will change if you are not doing what they want. And if you notice that people start to change or start to back away when you start living life on your terms and you start saying no and you start creating boundaries, then let those people continue to back away. Let the separation continue to grow, because these type of people are not people that you want into your life. You do not want to be surrounded by people where you are not free to do as you please, where you are not free to have your own opinions, where you're not free to say no. So don't be afraid of any repercussions, any type of ill feelings. Trust me, you will get through it. But you just have to get rid of this nice girl syndrome and start living for you. So if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up, and I want to thank you so much for watching. If you have any video requests, if you need advice on anything, please make sure to leave that below in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to try to get to that. And I do try to respond to all my comments. Sometimes I'm a little bit late, but I will try to get to it. Again, thanks for watching.